जैन जी हैं।
आज हमारे युवा फर्स्ट इन माय ब्लड लाइन मेक अ चीफ इन इंडिया.
Modi ji clocked it and provided a legislative solution.
From what I am seeing, like this.
Gen Z is being called new flavor of the 2029 elections, but nobody expected the BJP, which built its last decade on WhatsApp forwards and Hindutva messaging, to suddenly start speaking in reels and the Gen Z slang. Some call it outreach, others call it damage control after the Jantar Mantar crackdown on students. Which one it is might be secondary. The real question is simpler. Is the BJP throwing enough mud at the wall and hoping something sticks?
फ्रेंड्स, विद्यार्थियों के भविष्य के लिए भारत सरकार लगातार अनेक
This
कदम
isn't
उठा
just about the slang. It's about a platform the BJP never controlled. The party built its dominance on Twitter in 2014 and WhatsApp in 2019. Both are text-first broadcast formats. Instagram runs on a different logic.
फ्रेंड्स, थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स. फ्रेंड्स, विद्यार्थियों के भविष्य के लिए
It is algorithm-driven. It is why even PM Modi's reels increasingly lean on the language of the platform, greeting viewers as friends, inviting them to post Get Ready With Me videos for Handloom Day, appearing in a biker jacket, and using soundtracks from American sitcoms. It is an attempt to speak in a format whose language the party is still learning to imbibe. Commentators, including the Hindus Varghese K. George, have described this as a party built on WhatsApp, now losing ground on Instagram. When Modi's midnight reel crossed 300 million views, the party thought it was a win. However, analysts read it differently. They saw the reach came from users passing the clip around to mock it, not endorse it. The math is smaller than it sounds. Newly eligible Gen Z and Gen Alpha voters make up roughly 30% of the 2029 electorate. Might sound small, but it is not irrelevant because, according to political analysts, this bloc is already hardened against the BJP, shaped by the paper leak scandal and the crackdown that followed the protests that briefly shut down Jantar Mantar.
Now, this entire population is roughly about 7 crores, which is going to be very dissatisfied which is already very dissatisfied by how the BJP has handled the education scam, as well as the protests across India, not just in Jantar Mantar. So, this particular section, like during the post-emergency period, is already become very antagonistic towards the BJP. Now, obviously, given this, uh, uh, there is a lot of panic amongst the government, which for the first time has realized that it is being outmaneuvered by a section of India, uh, ironically using social media.
This is not the first time the BJP has built a language for a vote bank. The Ayodhya Mandir consolidated religious identity into a durable electoral bloc. Ladli Behna, Shivraj Singh Chauhan's cash transfer scheme in Madhya Pradesh is widely credited by analysts for the party's 2023 victory. The scheme was later copied as Ladki Behan in Maharashtra. Both worked because they gave the defined group something concrete, an identity, or let's say cash. The Gen Z isn't getting either. It's just being offered a tone of voice. That's the structural difference analysts point out. Why BJP's past playbook worked, it divided the electorate into manageable blocks of caste, gender, religion. Gen Z is arguably the first bloc in years that cuts across all of them, which makes it hard to win them over with a scheme or easy to lose them with a bad reel.
If you think about the fact that structurally the BJP had for the past 12 years uh, gained electoral primacy, keeping aside vote chore and defections, by actually trying to engineer divisions on the basis of caste, gender, religion, mostly religion, and region. Now, for the first time in a very long time, you finally come back to issue oriented mass politics. which is a very welcome phenomenon for India.
The Congress is also doing the same thing but differently. However, it is not new to this. Rahul Gandhi has been pushing for younger leadership inside the party since 2004. His current Ask Me Anything reels and parliament skits are being read less as a Gen Z costume and more as a continuation of a long-held position, which is why analysts say the effort comes across as consistent rather than reactive. However, the ongoing students' protest in Jharkhand, where the Congress is a part of the ruling Mahagathbandhan, now threatens that emerging rapport with the Gen Z.
The thing about fitness that's important is not really the routine you follow, it's being persistent, doing it continuously.
On the other hand, BJP is coming off as inauthentic, and the reason isn't really the reels themselves. It is what's happening alongside them. Accounts linked to the protests were reportedly shadow banned. Cases were filed against protesters in multiple states. So, the analysts say the same government posting Hi Friends videos at midnight is in parallel treating the very demographic as a law and order problem to be managed. And that contradiction is doing more damage to credibility than any reel ever could on its own.
Now, the Prime Minister has also started doing the same thing. He's been doing a number of midnight reels. Um, he's asked his entire cabinet to do the same thing. Rahul Gandhi is also doing the same thing. Look at the reach, look at the kind of resonance both of them have, and let's do an objective juxtaposition of the two tactics. Both of them are doing this. The point is that you cannot replicate authenticity. Nothing you do is going to resonate with the youth if you come across as insincere, and if you come across as unwilling to pay heed or listen to their aspirations and needs, and they do feel unheard.
Ram Mandir worked because it offered a sense of belonging. Ladli Behna worked because it offered cash. Gen Z is different. For the first time, the BJP is chasing a bloc defined not by caste or religion, but by an issue. And whether simply adapting their vocabulary is a good enough technique to win them over looks far from certain. We will have to wait and watch what the BJP does to actually earn this vote. And if the Congress, amid the Jharkhand protests, manages to retain the ground it has already gained, we will watch like pros.